In the spring of 1997, Nathan Zohner, a 14-year-old student at Eagles Rock Junior High School at Idaho Falls, USA, made headlines when he made a presentation at the science fair project at his school. Now, Nathan Zohner presented his science fair project to his classmates, seeking to ban a highly toxic chemical, dihydrogen monoxide, known as DHMO, from its everyday use. Throughout his presentation, Zohner provided his audience scientifically correct evidence as to why this chemical should be banned. Nathan outlined all the alarming characteristics of this colorless, odorless, tasteless compound called DHMO, which kills thousands of Americans each year. He highlighted that ingesting too much DHMO leads to excessive sweating and urination. For everyone with dependency on DHMO, withdrawal leads to death. DHMO can cause severe burns both while in gas and in solid form. Now, it's a major component of acid rain and often found in removed tumors of cancer patients. Now, DHMO accelerates corrosion of both natural elements and many metals. At the end, he asked his classmates to vote on what action they thought should be taken as regards the DHMO. He asked his classmates if they actually wanted to ban dihydrogen monoxide. And so, 43 out of 50 children, that's about 86%, voted to ban this clearly toxic chemical. However, according to Nathan, this chemical isn't typically considered toxic at all. In fact, dihydrogen monoxide is simply H2O, which is nothing but water. Nathan Zohner's experiment was not a legitimate attempt to ban water, but instead an experiment to get a representation of how gullible people can really be. It aptly demonstrated the kind of fallacious reasoning that is thrust at us every single day under the guise of important information. The argument that Zohner used to convey his points were 100% factually correct, but he just skewed all the information in his favor by omitting certain facts. And in recognition of his experiment, journalist James Glassman coined the term zonerism to refer to the use of true facts to lead a scientifically and mathematically ignorant public to a false conclusion. Zonerism is today shaping our understanding of most issues. Almost everything from politics, economics, health, religion, to our perspectives on tolerance, harmony, and to the opinions we form, they seem to be all driven by Zohnerism. And this in turn has a bearing on our emotions and our everyday living. Friends, Zohnerism occurs a lot more often than you think. Just glance around and you will realize how researchers, politicians, conspiracy theorists, campaigners, social media, news channel, con artists and businessmen use proven facts to persuade people by twisting proven facts to convince people into swallowing and following the concocted claims. There is a malicious intent to blur our thoughts with misleading data that will surely magnify bias and opinions. Humans depend massively on communication with others, but this leaves them open to the risk of being intentionally misinformed. People can mislead and can be misled so easily. Humans have become increasingly gullible. Industries today have been practicing shades of Zohnerism, playing on the gullibility of their consumers by saying stuff in their advertisement that was true yet not true. Gullible and ignorant people have been hoodwinked by advertisers who come up with outwardly or apparently accurate statements, but which are skewed to mislead those who are innocent. Now, for decades, food companies have paid doctors and academic authorities to conduct research and promote nutritional information which is skewed. Funded research remains one of the food industry's most powerful strategies since it disguises advertisement. Zohnerism today is also found among prestigious research journals which have high impact factor in several fields including medicine, where published articles were based on erroneous conclusions and skewed data. Now, although the concept of Zohnerism may not be very old, its methodology of manipulating people's mind with vested interest has been in existence for decades. Media permeates the very fabric of our lives. Mass media information sources, which along with technology offers communication at fast speeds on which half-truths can travel. Denzel Washington once said,
"If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed."
It used to be news, now it's opinions. Oh, glasses. We have 3 experts on the right, 3 on the left. Let's discuss. Ooh, light bulbs. We have 3 experts on the right. That's not news, that's opinions.
the media, the vital pillar of democracy, is seen many times as spreading misinformation, biased views, and preconceived opinions on various incidents with the intent to create a false public opinion. While many people would like to believe that they are not influenced by what they read or see, this is simply not the case. All these media messages, whether we like it or not, are constitutive of our reality. Sociologists have long recognized that news media not only reflects social opinions but can construct it too. The same goes for emotions. From instilling fear to inspiring hope, the media produces emotional responses. Now, in today's world, many of us rely on social media platforms such as Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram to find and connect with each other. While each has its benefits, it's important to remember that multiple studies have found there's a strong link between improper use of social media and an increased risk of depression, anxiety, loneliness, self-harm, and even suicidal thoughts. Today, more than ever, we are surrounded by self-styled experts from the field of medicine, health, fitness, diet, spirituality, etc., who claim to have special skill, knowledge, and authentic information. Among these are prophets of fear and doom, who think they can accurately predict the future based on a few facts or half-truths. Now, with over 400 million users, India tops the world when it comes to forwarding messages on WhatsApp. While a lot of content is factually accurate, there is also an unhealthy number of spurious messages with questionable accuracy or outright misinformation. Whatever is shared and circulated as forwards on social media like WhatsApp is sleekly packaged in selective truth that is made out to be entire truth. Unverified half-truth is a part of the fabric of today's internet. WhatsApp users are ready to believe anything they forward and receive in total without subjecting their curiosities to even the most basic fact-checking. Inaccurate information spreads widely and at speed, thus making it more difficult for the public to identify verified facts and advice from trusted sources. In fact, WhatsApp has been the key to spread misinformation during the current pandemic, with large amount of information and medical advice that is completely misleading, disturbing, and leading to mass hysteria and panic, and which in turn leads to faulty treatments, non-compliance to precautionary measures, prejudice, and above all stigma. Friends, zonerism in mass media has an effect on many aspects of a human life, which can include voting in a certain way, individual views and beliefs, or skewing a person's knowledge of a specific topic due to being provided false information. Now, misleading information can have a powerful effect on our minds and hearts. We must acknowledge the fact that we are often being manipulated, and these opinions have a negative bearing on our emotions and thought processes, which in turn results in biases and prejudices, as the famous French philosopher Voltaire is known to have famously quipped that those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities. Friends, in a world filled with misleading and incomplete information, how can we avoid being gullible? Now, we must acknowledge and understand the tricks that the agents of disinformation are using to try to manipulate us. It is therefore a good practice to dig a little deeper and check the authenticity of the message. One needs to understand the difference between an opinion and a fact, and between a perspective and a reality. And finally, we need to remain skeptical by being more curious and not to form opinions based on emotions.